Hi, hello. This is my response to current event video 1. Um, so I'm not able to access Panopto or VoiceThread. Um, for some reason, I'm not able to see anyone else's videos or none like that. So I ended up talking about in Mexico, fear and definance as Trump's tariffs take effect. So what I would talk about is an article I found on Mexico is on KD News. Who are the key players in the Mexico fear and definance as Trump's tariffs take effect in Mexico is President Claudia Sheinbaum and President Donald Trump. I will also mention another article I found on PBS sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Mentioning how not only Mexico, but Mexico, Canada, and China retaliate as U.S. tariffs take effect. A little background information on Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, she is an environmental scientist and former mayor of Mexico City. Takes office on Tuesday as Mexico's 66th president and its first female leader. A little background President Donald Trump he is the 45th and 47th President of the United States and served as president during the years 2017 through 2021 and now is president of this year 2025 through 2029. He is also in the Republican Party, if y'all know or may not know. Now what is happening is President Donald Trump launched a trade war Tuesday against America's three biggest trading partners, drawing immediate retaliation from Mexico, Canada, and China in financial markets into a tailspin as the U.S. faced the threat of rekindled inflation and paralyzing uncertainty for business. Just after midnight, Trump imposed 25% taxes or tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports. Though he limited the levy to 10% on Canadian energy, Trump also doubled the tariff he slapped last month on Chinese products to 20%. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said Mexico will respond to the new taxes with its own retaliatory tariffs. Sheinbaum said she will announce the products Mexico will target on Tuesday in a public event in Mexico City Central Plaza. The delay might indicate that Mexico still hopes to de-escalate the trade war set off by Trump. Trump is abandoning the free trade policies the United States pursued for decades after World War II. He argues that open trade costs America millions of factory jobs and that tariffs are the path to national prosperity. He rejects the views of mainstream economists who contend that such protectionism is costly and inefficient. I apologize. For Mexico, already the impact of the tariffs was being felt. At the border, business leaders reported an immediate drop in the quantity of goods crossing north to the U.S. as companies on both sides sought to avoid the new taxes. In the streets of the nation's capital, there was a palpable sense of unease. While the peso has largely held strong against the dollar, there are real fears about what a trade war would mean for Mexico, whose economy depends heavily on commerce with the United States, sending 80% of its exports there. Noah Espinosa, a 43-year-old dentist in Mexico City, said he worried about rising prices. So what he mentions is whatever Trump does, the dollar immediately goes up, and everything in Mexico becomes more expensive, Espinosa said. The dollar goes up, and so do tortillas. The dollar goes up, and so do meat. The worst thing he said is that it seems that Trump does not care about destroying our economy and the economy of his own country, as long as he feels like the most powerful man in the world. So what does this mean for Mexico? It means that President Trump's tariffs on Mexico and Canada are nothing more than a tax on working families. They will drive up prices on everyday goods, hitting families at the agency store or at the grocery store. I apologize. The car dealership and the gas station. Donald Trump promised to lower costs on day one. Instead, he's making it worse. Another broken promise. No one asked for this. How does Trump tariffs on Mexico relate to my textbook? Is on chapter 18 titled Mexico Pluralism, Violence, and a Populist Backlash. It mentions how defining many expectations AMLO's arrival to the presidency did not disrupt this trend. It was reasonable to assume that a national populist government would not tolerate President Donald Trump's repeated insults against Mexicans. Indeed, before coming into the presidency, Lopez Obrador had published a book promising to take such a firm stand. And during his first months in office, he infuriated Trump by offering undocumented migrants from Central America free passage through Mexico. But in June 2019, after Trump threatened to impose tariffs and cancel NAFTA, AMLO reversed course. He closed the southern border, sending thousands of soldiers in National Guard uniform to confront the migrants. From that moment on, cooperation between the two governments was smooth. During the negotiations for a revised NAFTA, Mexico did not object to changes on labor and the environment, trade restrictions, and dispute settling mechanisms that it had rejected for decades. On July 2020, the new version of the agreement, known as USMCA, came into effect. So that is all I have. Thank you. Bye.